Here on GoPSUSports.com with our newest women's gymnastics head coach, Sarah Brown. And Sarah, welcome to Penn State.
Thank you so much. It's exciting to be here.
What has this kind of process been? I know you've been here for a little while, but what's the welcome been like from the community, the student athletes, the staff, everybody in the Penn State family?
I mean, it's been really exciting from the beginning. I did get hired in May and immediately was on the phone with supporters of the program who wanted to reach out and get to know the new head coach. I got moved here in a quick amount of time, spent a couple of weeks at the Residence Inn, which I very much enjoyed. I feel like it's a rite of passage to be there. And then my husband and I were settled up in the Toft Trees area, which we were really excited about early June. The girls have been amazing. I reached out to them when I first took the job, and then after that, I've been having conversations with each of them about, where they feel their contribution might be and what they're excited about moving forward for the future of the program, and so that's been really fun. And then the staff has just been incredible. Each coach has reached out, members of the administration have reached out, people letting me know, where I can live or what might be a good area or where a good daycare might be when my baby comes. So everybody's been really supportive, and it's been great to get to know everybody.
So when you're on the phone with these supporters that you mentioned and speaking with your student athletes, what have been the things that you've been saying to them about kind of your vision and direction for the program moving forward?
Sure. I think the number one thing is that it's a fresh start. It's a new vision for the program with a new staff, and we're excited to bring everybody in and get the team here. I've had the opportunity to talk with the supporters via phone, but I've had a couple of lunches that have been really nice and just building those personal connections and relationships. And then when it comes to the athletes, it's actually been great that they have been trickling in over the summer weeks. Some of them, the incoming freshmen, were here for summer bridge. Some of them have been taking class. Some of them are just back visiting. And so it's been good for me to sit down with them one-on-one and get to know them personally. Not been so overwhelming at meeting the whole team at one time. And then listening to what it is they want out of the rest of their college career, so that when we come together as a group, I've kind of gotten to know them a little bit individually, and then we can bring all of those characteristics together to build a strong team for the future.
Absolutely. And then I'm sure, like any new coach who arrives, you've probably been out on the road doing a lot of recruiting.
Yes.
What are the types of student athletes, maybe the intangibles or even some of the, the more tangible elements when you're out there recruiting that you're looking for in the future of this program?
Sure. I mean, I spent the first 6 weeks just working in this area and recruiting this region and just letting people know, hey, there's a new face for the program and my staff is getting settled and we're really excited, and just kind of spreading my name and spreading Penn State gymnastics to the region again, which was really fun. I'm looking for athletes that want to be a part of Penn State for all the right reasons. Obviously, education coming first, the strong academics that we have here, and then being a part of the future. And so for me, that's selling the vision of being the first Big Ten championship team for women's gymnastics, or being the first team to win a national title in the NCAA. And so I've been talking with them about just the history setting that we have the opportunity to do here, and how much history we've had in the past and how excited we are to continue that pride and that tradition, but then also looking to set new goals for the future.
Certainly. And as you kind of look forward to an exciting season, obviously, it's in the future, but coming sooner, what can fans kind of expect to see in Rec Hall?
I mean, we're going to get back to that fan experience. We've been working a lot with the marketing department and just areas that we can improve. And so number one, we want to increase our fan base. We want to touch more people out there and make sure they realize how awesome our women's gymnastics program is. I think we're going to do a lot in terms of schools and trying to get out into the elementary schools and talk with kids, and talk with them about things beyond gymnastics, staying in school and staying away from drugs and how important reading is, and just so many different initiatives that have been important to me throughout my career. And then once we've built those connections, when they come to the meets, making sure they're enjoying their time. So maybe having some social media contests, or having a handstand contest at the end of the meet, or getting their autographs at the end. I've told my student athletes that they're idols and they're kids that are going to look up to them, and so I want to make sure that my athletes are sticking around and building those relationships, signing autographs, taking pictures, and making each young athlete that comes to the meet feel like they got a unique experience.
Moving away from meet day a little bit, you mentioned your staff, but it's just a really exciting staff for you. Tell me a little bit about the people that you've selected to help guide this program.
Sure. I mean, I obviously worked with Dallas Becerra last year. He was my assistant coach at Eastern Michigan, and I've known him since 2011. He was a student athlete at the University of Missouri when I was there, so we've been coaching together for a number of years, and I got him into the college scene last year. He's so fun. He's so outgoing. He does such a great job connecting with the younger generation, and he is incredibly loyal to me in supporting my vision and my program. And then kind of coming full circle, bringing in Rob Drass was super exciting. He's obviously a Penn State alum, so that's the number one reason. He was a great fit. But more exciting, he was my coach in college. And so he helped me through the transition of being a transfer student to the University of Missouri. And then I actually worked on his staff for 2 years as his director of operations. So I know how his brain works. He definitely knows how my brain works. And it's been exciting kind of reversing the roles a little bit, but knowing that he's incredibly loyal and supportive to me, I think makes the three of us a really unique staff, and a staff that the team can really trust and the team can really latch onto for the future.
I know that we talked about your staff and their career coaching paths, but your coaching path is especially unique and exciting as well. You know, what can you say about kind of the stops that you've been and the decisions that you've made and how they've gotten you to this point?
Yeah, it's all happened really fast, I'll be honest. But, you know, I finished my master's degree in 2012 and started working at Southeast Missouri State, and I can't express enough how valuable those 3 years were. Being in a smaller program, you have your hand involved in everything, and it was just a great starting point for me and a great opportunity for me to just see all different sides of collegiate athletics. From there, I knew I wanted to be a part of a bigger program, so I had the opportunity to volunteer at the University of Michigan, and the head coach there, Bev Plotke, taught me so much about, you know, being in the Big Ten and being on the national stage, and what it was like being a part of a larger program, similar to what I had experienced as a student athlete. And then that led me to Eastern Michigan, which was just right down the road. So it was a really great decision for my family and I. My husband was able to keep his job and we didn't have to move. And so being in Eastern made so much sense. And that was the first time, you know, I had the opportunity to get my feet wet as a head coach. I learned so much. That team was incredible. Those athletes were wonderful. They had such an exciting year last year. Setting records and being a part of a conference championship was huge for me. And then when this opportunity came up, again, it happened so quickly, but this is what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be at a Power 5 school. I've always wanted to be a head coach. And knowing that this program had so many resources and so much support and was looking for someone like me to lead for the future, and for a number of years down the road, like I said, it just made sense. So.
And when you think about successful coaches, obviously every coach bringing, you know, that certain philosophy that's essential to them, you know, as you've moved from stop to stop, you know, and moved on to being that head coach, you know, what's kind of the foundation of your coaching philosophy?
Sure. I tell everybody, I believe 100% in working hard and playing hard. I love coming into the gym and knowing that we're going to have a tough workout today, but turning the music up loud and keeping the energy up and having the girls support one another to create that inter-team competition that I think is essential for college athletics. My energy and passion just comes out when I talk about the program, and I tell everybody, you know, I don't try to talk fast, I don't try to sound energetic, it's just a part of who I am. And so I think my passion is going to exude through this program, and the kids are going to see that, you know, I'm invested in them as people, and I'm invested in the relationships that I'm going to make here at Penn State, and that's going to filter through our program and hopefully be, you know, the defining factor that separates us from good to great for the future.
And then obviously, final question. I know you're building a program, but you're also getting ready to build a family.
Yes, family.
Something that's so inspiring for so many women, especially women who want to become head coaches and also have that family aspect too. You know, how do you integrate the two? Is little baby Brown going to be out here hanging out at practice?
Yes, thank you. No, I appreciate that. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be that working mom who, you know, wins a national championship in 5-inch heels and then goes home and is mom, you know, to a little boy for me. We're having a son coming up here very soon, and so the fact that that's always been my dream and it's turning into a reality is something I'm looking forward to. I know it's going to have its challenges. I know there's going to be days where I wonder if I can make it work, but I feel like with the support that I have here and my family being here, that I can make it work. I imagine Baby B is going to make quite a few appearances at practices and different events, you know, as my husband and I figure out things and how they work. But luckily, I've got an entire team of girls willing to nanny or babysit after hours if I need them to. You know, he's born into 16 different aunts already, so it's exciting.
Oh, we are excited to meet Baby B, and we're also excited to see this team as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.